And there's more to judge here than the surface. More to see than what catches the eye. The lines and the patterns are like paper, wrapped around the gift inside. Every motion is a reminder. Every gesture a meaningful clue about essence, about strength and substance. With each turn, a soul shines through. And champions will emerge from a moment of romance with Moscow. And a homecoming will be consummated. A legend will be confirmed. A promise will be fulfilled. Or a long wait will finally end. What's the hidden appeal of a city? Or a figure balanced on a blade? The solution is surrender to a mystery that never fades.
Once a mysterious and sinister city, to those in the West, this week for the first time ever, Moscow plays host to the world and skating's marquee annual event. The brilliant sight of Red Square, St. Basil's Cathedral, about a 20-minute ride along the Moscow River. We are inside Luzhniki Sports Palace for our coverage of the 2005 ISU World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay. Tonight, 2 gold medals on the line in the free dance, the ladies free skate. Terry Gannon along with Peter Carruthers, Peggy Fleming, Christine Brennan. Susie Wynn joins us later on. On tap right now, the ladies short program. Here are the standings. Arina Slutskaya in the lead. Sasha Cohen, the American, right behind. Miki Ando from Japan, rounding out the top 3. Look at Michelle Kwan all the way down in 7th place. She needs to come back in a much better performance.
Now skating, Jennifer Kerr.
And here we go, the second of 3 phases of the competition for the ladies. As I said, the gold medal on the line later on tonight. 2 minutes, 50 seconds in the short program, and here's the American Jenny Kirk.
She is such a stunning young lady, down to the costume and the music, it all goes together. Very nice opening, very solid, nice control.
It has not been the kind of world championship that she had hoped for to this point, but in this new scoring system, you can come back rather quickly. She's in 17th place right now.
Very close to the boards, causing the fall.
Jenny is 20 years of age, from Newton, Massachusetts. She lives out in the LA area now, trains there, and came in 4th at the U.S. Nationals. Kimmy Meisner, the youngster, won the bronze medal, but is too young to compete at the Senior Worlds. So Jenny's here.
Serpentine footwork here. Turns in both directions. Nice speed throughout this. final move here, this combination spin, this camel spin, sit spin, and lay back. And back sit. All those positions could be a little bit more stretched out, maybe faster. She looked like she had fun, though, except for that fall.
Yes,
that wasn't much fun. No, and not much time to get a lot of things done here, Peter.
Right, that was a placement problem with that triple flip that she fell on, too close to the boards.
2 minutes, 50 seconds. You got to get all the elements in. Jenny Kirk, who won the junior world title in 2000.
And this was the opening that she did so well. This triple Lutz, nice straight turns in the air, flowing right into the double toe. And we thought she really had it set. And then the next jump, this triple flip, she had problems on. Here she goes for this takeoff, this forward 3-turn and tapping in kind of crooked. And I think she didn't get enough height to complete the revolutions and then ended up falling.
The new judging system in play here at the World Championships. All the judges with those touchscreen computers, so they don't have to take their eyes off the ice for very long. Base values assigned to every element. They add up to 3 points to those or subtract 3. Ted Barton's the man that inputs all the data into the computer. They've had some problems with that. In fact, in the men's event, Evan Lysacek, a number was put in wrong, and later on they lowered his score. Thankfully for him, it wasn't enough to take him off the podium. Under the old system, you only had to keep track of about 20 numbers. With the 6.0 system, now there's about 200 you have to keep track of. Now, technical elements, the first mark. Second mark, program components, the artistry. There are 5 separate categories for that. 46.26 her total in the short program, added to her qualifying total. She's got 67.53. Jenny Kirk of the U.S.
So the ladies are off in skating, part of our 3.5 hours of coverage tonight from Moscow. Gold medal on the line later. Tomorrow, a couple of shows starting at 4:30 Eastern, and then all the way through next Sunday with our All Access show. Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon along with Peggy Fleming and Peter Carruthers. Hopefully you've been with us the past couple of nights. Some great moments here in Moscow. In the Pairs Championship, no matter where you're from, a part of you had to be rooting for Topmianina and Marina. The crash in Pittsburgh, you remember that? They came back to win the gold medal at home in Russia. And a podium of first-timers all for the men. Stefan Lambiel, Jeffrey Buttle, Evan Lysacek from the U.S. Lambiel, the first medalist from Switzerland in the men's competition since 1948 at Worlds. But Peggy, what about the ladies? The big story in qualifying had to be Michelle Kwan. Not for a good reason, though. That was one of her worst performances ever.
Well, the qualifying round was a big wake-up call for Michelle Kwan. This is the first time she's competed under the new scoring system, and it was the worst we've ever seen her skate. She was tentative, she had no emotion, and she even said afterwards that she felt really scattered out there. And I think maybe this competition might be a crossroads in Michelle's career, especially regarding the decision about the Olympics. But as usual, we always say never count Michelle Kwan out, and I think she's going to be the brilliant skater we're used to seeing here in the short program.
We'll see. She said all along she doesn't know whether she's going to the Olympics or not, and this could be a big determining factor, these World Championships. Peter, what about her longtime rival, Irina Slutskaya, back in her hometown? Just a gripping personal story. The serious illness last year, she's back. She's been great.
Well, Slutskaya is trying to win more than a world title. She has health concerns, inflammation of the blood vessels, which she takes medication for. But Irina's mother is in need of a kidney transplant, and she's taking her competitive earnings and trying to fund the $50,000 that's going to be necessary for that transplant. But Slutskaya has been great, undefeated, but there's a lot of pressure on her here in Moscow, hometown.
Yeah. The other American among the top contenders, of course, Sasha Cohen. You know her well, last year's world silver medalist again. She's in a great position to do something great. What's going to happen with her?
Well, Sasha Cohen has changed coaches 3 times in the last 3 years, but I think she's back in her comfort zone. She's in Southern California with John Nix. Last season, she scored the most points in this new judging system. She hasn't done it this season, but if she skates well, she can light up the scoreboard. But that's the question. Consistency is her problem.
Most people agree the new system is very good for her style. The ladies continue here in the short. When we come back, it's the reigning world champion from Japan, Shizuka Arakawa, is next.
competition wraps up tonight here in Moscow, but our coverage continues tomorrow. We'll take a look back at the top performances from the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay at 4:30 Eastern Time. Then the top stars take to the ice for their exhibition performances at 5:30 Eastern right here on ESPN. And we've got an all-access show for you next Sunday. Paul Weiling, silver medalist, and Kimmy Meisner, the bronze medalist from Nationals this year, who would be skating here, but she's too young. In fact, we're going to have a word with her in a few moments. Shizuka Arakawa on the ice in 6th place after qualifying. She is the reigning world champion from Japan and coached by Tatiana Tarasova.
She has a very fluid line. Everything looks calm and elegant. Real reserved quality about her. Very nice entrance into this triple Lutz. Double loop. Very nice. Good steady position. I love this move right there. She holds that. It could be a beautiful photograph.
Nice entrance into the double axel with the spread eagle right before it. Difficult.
Arakawa, when she won the world title last year, it was Japan's first gold in a decade, her first major international title. She didn't come out of nowhere. She was well known, a success before that, but it was a surprise. She is part of a very talented and powerful Japanese ladies force that is on the scene now. Last year, when she won the gold medal at Worlds, she only came in 3rd at her own national championships.
These spins could be a little faster, a little bit more steady. Only one kind of flaw in that program with the struggle on that landing on the triple flip, but she is just lovely to watch.
Is she what she was last year, though? She hasn't had the same success.
Well, I don't see the fire or that ambitious kind of confidence out there this year as much as we saw last year.
Shizuka Arakawa.
Nice glide into the triple Lutz. She stays nice and straight with the upper body. 3 quick turns. Triple Lutz, double loop. Very good there. But you'll see a big difference on the next jump. The triple flip, she'll start to lean, and she doesn't check her arms out and put the left leg back to stop the rotation. You can see that. So the only thing you can do at that point is flip forward. Lucky she didn't have a fall.
Arakawa waiting in the kiss and cry now, 23 years of age, and Tatiana Tarasova, I mentioned, is her coach, and there she is on the left, back in a building that she grew up coming to with her father, who was a legendary hockey coach here.
Component score is in the 7s, good for her there, but she could have had more points on the triple flip, only 3.64, so wasn't as good as it could be.
85-74. There's Yevgeny Platov, gold medalist on the right. And then from one world champion to another, the 5-time world champ, Michelle Kwan, tries to turn things around with her effort in the short program next in Moscow. Winter sports outside and inside here in Moscow as we welcome you back to the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay. The 5-time world champion Michelle Kwan now set to go. Christine Brennan caught up with her a few weeks ago as she prepared for the World Championships.
You know, you talk about, somebody going to the World Championships maybe 3 or 4 times, but I've been at the Worlds for how many years now? 11?
Well, 1994.
Yeah, 11 years. And it's incredible. I used to be called the jumping bean. I was the favorite. I was the underdog. I've been through everything, and now I'm sort of the older, wiser skater, more experienced.
Do you ever say to yourself, why am I still testing myself at this high level?
If I love competing, if I love skating, then why not just keep on going? What's stopping me? There's no rule that says after 21 you gotta quit. It's just as long as you can handle the pressure, as long as you mentally and physically can handle it, then why not?
The Olympic Games are right around the corner. What are your plans?
I've been asked so many times, are you going to compete at the Olympics? Are you going to compete at the Olympics? And I wish I could just say, yes, I am going to compete at the Olympics, but it's not as simple as that. It's something that I have to make a decision on. I want to be focused. I want to be 100%. So I guess, in a way, I'm just going to sit down after the season, just put things in perspective and just say, okay, if I want to do this, it takes this.
The World Championship's coming up. If you win your 6th title, you'll be the first American to ever have 6.
Wow. I don't know. It's too hard to comprehend that. It's not the medals. I don't even know where all my medals are. They're scattered everywhere. But it's the experiences that were so fantastic. It's like my last nationals, being in Portland, just skating in front of thousands of people, and the audience, just hearing them. I mean, it's experiences that I've gathered. And I think that's what's so fascinating about life, is that we're made up of so many experiences. That's what makes us us. I mean, this is who I am.
Dick Button and Carol Heiss, the 2 Americans who have 5 world titles, along with Michelle Kwan. So she is trying to pass them, but she has got a lot of work to do. A struggle in the qualifying round, and right now she tries to get back to her old game.
See a more liquid movement in this program. She really feels this music. Triple Lutz, double toe. And I see more speed in her skating than we saw in the qualifying.
What do you think she's gone through mentally in the qualifying round till now. It was such a shock to everyone.
Oh, I think it was a big shock to her, and I see her out there trying to get back into her zone that she's usually in when she competes. This is what we're used to seeing, is this wonderful, alive emotion. Big moves, really fluid, wonderful flow, straight line footwork there.
The new scoring system may have hurt in terms of preparation and thinking about it too much, but it helps her because it's much easier to come from behind. Forget 7th place, he's just 5 points behind Luzhniki. And now with this performance, Peggy?
Well, I think it was very good. This is the Michelle Kwan we know, but this is a whole new ball game for her. And, you know, I love to see her skate like this, but she's got a lot ahead of her. It's not over yet for her.
You think she was all the way back with this, Peter, or?
I think she opened the door and she went after it this time. She was certainly not in any kind of a defensive posture in this program. It was a breath of fresh air, and she had spirit. And this is evidence of the freedom she had in this short program, the triple Lutz, finishing up way off the ice, nice with the double toe loop. And she kept that going through the entire program with the jumps. Never did she fall off, and she was really in tune with her body, straight, perpendicular to the ice. Triple flip, look at the hands, the detail, wonderful.
The emotion was much more a part of this performance than in qualifying. There's your current leader, Shizuka Arakawa. That's what you get for leading so far, big teddy bear. And Michelle and the Kiss and Cry need 60.76 to take the lead. Rafael Artunian alongside her coach. Short program 61.22. What do you think, guys?
Well, I think she's relieved that this part's over. I think she felt more like herself out there. I could see it in the look in her face and the attack that she had with this program. She really looked comfortable.
Positive step for Michelle Kwan. She leads. On the ice right now is the young skater from Italy, Carolina Kostner, 18 years of age. Last year, she came in 5th at the World Championships. Right now, that's where she stands after the qualifying.
Triple to open this short program. Triple flip, triple toe. A nice airy quality about her skating. Very light, long line over the ice.
And long legs and arms. A lanky skater. She's grown a few inches since last year.
Really covers the ice well, using all of the ice surface with this program.
Interesting straight line footwork steps. Choreography done by Kurt Browning and Megan Smith. Very nice position.
Rolling onto that inside edge in the camel.
Very nice performance. Really solid, just flowed right along. Just very pleasant.
She can't believe it. Look at the reaction. Yeah, it's over. The short program. I got it done. Carolina Kostner from Italy. Two-time Italian national champ. We'll check her marks in just a moment. Don't forget, still to skate, Sasha Cohen. She's relaxing and stretching backstage. Her coach, John Nix, really nervous, working on 15 down right now. But up next, it's Miki Ando, the 17-year-old star from Japan. Back in Moscow, don't forget, still to skate tonight, Nafkin Kostomarov in the free dance. They're the leaders. They're the reigning world champs, but the Americans are right on their heels. Kenneth Belbin, Ben Augusto, trying to become the first U.S. ice dance team to medal at Worlds in 20 years. Meanwhile, Michelle Kwan is with Christine Brennan.
Michelle Kwan, you're not used to being 7th going into the short program, and yet you hit the ice with a smile on your face. What were you thinking?
Well, in the short program, the qualifying was not very good at all, and I just said, enjoy it, Michelle. I'm here all the way in Russia, and just have fun, and I was starting to smile even at the beginning of the program. I'm like, Michelle, I haven't done anything yet. Come on, get back together. It's like, wake up, wake up.
Do you think you overthought the process going into that qualifying round?
I think I was counting a lot. And it doesn't make any sense. I just have to pace one element at a time. And I guess I don't know what position I'm sitting in now, but just take it easy and have fun.
And what does it do now for your confidence going into the long program?
I just want to feel good. I just want to feel good out there on the ice and know that I can do it. And what I end up is what I end up, but everything's a learning experience.
All right, Michelle, well, great job. Congratulations. We'll see you in the free skate.
Thank you.
Terry?
All right, Christine, thank you. Michelle Kwan is your leader now. We'll find out if that changes in just a moment, but an important performance for Kwan. Now Carolina Kostner.
She really skims her jumps like a rock skipping across the water. Not great height, but by doing that, she keeps the speed up and has great flow. Triple flip, triple toe.
Kostner from an athletic family. Her dad was captain of the Italian national hockey team, and her cousin and godmother, Solda Kostner, won the silver medal in the women's downhill at Salt Lake. 59.77 is what she needs to take the lead. Yeah, that's enough. 60.82.
Yeah, she had a really nice quality, very effortless in her jumps.
Boy, 87.27 her overall total, and she has the lead. Carolina Kostner on top. And as we move on here in the ladies' short program, we are joined by Kimmy Meisner, the young 15-year-old who captured the bronze medal at the U.S. National Championships this year. too young to skate here at the Senior Worlds. I know you're having a great time this week, though.
I'm having a great time.
You're going to co-host our All Access show with Paul Wiley, which is going to be on next Sunday at 4:30. And you're keeping him in line, aren't you?
I'm keeping him in line.
Checking out Moscow?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. I know you've skated here, too. You've been practicing. We're going to watch Miki Ando right now, who is, you've said it. I mean, there's the Michelle Kwans out there and the Sasha Cohens, but really watching the Japanese girls right now and what they're doing, and they're influencing you, huh?
Definitely. I mean, their jumps are huge, and they push the envelope, so it's important to watch them.
Here we go. I know you spent some time with Peggy this week, too. Any pointers from the three-time world champ?
Oh, yeah, there are pointers.
But she's already doing some of them.
How many times a day does someone come up to you and ask you about the triple axel that you did?
They ask me a lot.
That was spectacular when you did that at the Nationals. And we were watching Miki Ando on the practices yesterday, and you thought she had pretty good technique on her jump?
She does. She's very solid, and she jumps huge.
In third place right now after the qualifying. What have you taken from this experience here at the World Championships that you may be able to use?
Well, I mean, it's just great to know the way that things kind of work around here and the skaters, the level of skaters, and especially, again, the new judging system. It's always good to try and get some more experience with it. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Came in fourth at the Junior Worlds, right?
Right.
How about the Russian culture and you know, such a tradition here with the skating? And I know you're only 15 and you probably it's overwhelming, but just coming into this building and all the great skaters who skated here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. The building's great, and there's a lot of great like artwork in all the Russian buildings. And
right.
That was a little out of control, double axel.
Miki Ando, who is the only female skater to ever do the quad. Pretty impressive, huh?
Very.
I think she's going to attempt it in the free program. It's one of her elements, quad salchow. What's your favorite triple jump?
I enjoy triple X's.
And if you would do a quad, what would it be?
I'm not really sure.
Have you tried one?
I haven't tried any yet.
There's still some time, I think.
What do you think you need to work on as you look ahead to hopefully next year competing at Worlds?
I definitely need to work on the second mark, presentation and spirals and spins, and still work on my jumps getting more consistent.
Miki Ando, 17 years of age, from Nagoya, Japan, in third place after the qualifying round. And good effort here in the short program. Well, it was great talking to you. I know you're having fun, and that's going to be a good show. Next Sunday at 4:30, the All Access show. You and Paul Wiley, thanks for coming by.
Sure, it's fun.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
All right, we roll on here in the short program, and it's Arina Luzhniki in her hometown. She takes the ice when we come back to Moscow. Carolina Kostner backstage. She's your current leader. She beat Michelle Kwan in the technical department, but not in the components. See if she keeps her lead. Miki Ando in the kissing cry as Arina Luzhniki is getting ready out on the ice. And the crowd went wild when she took the ice, and now being respectfully quiet as they read the marks. 59.62 is what she needs to take the lead. And just falling short. So Miki Ando into second place, right behind Carolina Kostner. That means Michelle Kwan bumped down to third right now. So there's your top three. Carolina Kostner still has the lead, the youngster from Italy. And Miki Ando second and Michelle Kwan in third, but not much of a spread at all, about 1 point. That's it, and that's the important department now with this new scoring system.
skating, Luzhniki, Russia.
2002 world champion. Getting her version of the game face on.
Seems to be always a smile, though.
Through everything she's gone through, she's kept the smile. The illness last year, vasculitis, as Peter said, an inflammation of the blood vessels, serious illness. Doctor told her, stay off the ice for a year. She wouldn't listen. Some thought she wouldn't skate again. Her mother needing a kidney transplant, Irina needing money to help pay for that. Here she is, undefeated, taking the ice in the short program as the leader.
She's got a great positive attitude. We should all take a lesson from her. She has seemed totally fit and relaxed this past week. It's been a great season and a great comeback for her. She needs to focus on all of these elements. That's determination.
Doing a full rotation on the end of that landing.
Track. Don't forget, you still got one of the top names to come, Sasha Cohen of the U.S.
Now most of the difficult things are done. Now she can really sell this program. Good energy, good speed.
Gaining points with these position changes within the spin.
Signature move, this Bielman position.
Oh, there's a little bit of a problem. Slipping out of that.
Shaking on that ending. It's never over until it's over. You got to keep the focus on every single move.
And the judges are certainly looking at the grade of execution on that spin. How well was it done? At the end, not the best.
Crowd doesn't care about any of that. You know that.
That's move.
I mean, they're starved for a gold medalist here. They saw Totniana and Marinin win the gold in pairs, but of course deprived of the opportunity with Plushenko. Yevgeny having to pull out with a groin injury, so even more pressure on the shoulders of Irina Slutskaya to get it done here in Moscow. So we'll check the marks for Irina Slutskaya, and then Sasha Cohen gets her turn. 20 years of age, the world silver medalist. Her short program is next. Back in Moscow, a reminder, the free dance still to come. There are the Americans, Tanith Belbin, Bennett Gusto, getting the heart pumping backstage. Roman Kostomarov jumping rope. He and Tatiana Navka, the leaders after the original dance, trying to win their second straight world title. Sasha Cohen on the ice, set to go in just a moment. Collecting her thoughts as we're about to hear the marks for Arina Slutskaya.
She had trouble on this combination at the top, the triple Lutz, but watch what happens right here. She does a full turn in between and then has to take off for the jump. The spins really falling off here at the end of the program.
And it will be counted as a combination, that early one. She never put the other foot down. So 57-51. Look at those marks. Clearly the best. I mean, that's 62.84 and eventually 92.61. So Slutskaya totaling it up. Everyone just figuring out this new system, but the Russian fans know she's got the lead. Sasha Cohen on the ice, set to go now. The last few years, she has crisscrossed the country to find just the right setting in which to train, the right coach as well, and at the very least, she has found out you can go home again.
I love driving with the top down and the wind, and especially when the weather's nice like this. It's just so peaceful.
She's skating's equivalent of a puzzle, blessed with talent, cursed by missteps. The enigma that is Sasha Cohen has returned home, hoping the comforts bring big returns.
Everyone has a different pace, and some people are here for 2 years and then they're gone. Some people have long careers and develop slowly. And for me, from where I've started, where I am now, I think I've grown a lot.
Sasha was away for nearly 2 years, but it seems though she hasn't been away at all. I think that she's got obviously a more mature attitude. And we used to have a few differences in the past. We don't seem to have those anymore.
I'm really happy to be back in California training with Mr. Nix. I feel like I've learned so much over the past 2 years.
That's good. That's right. That's fine, dear. Good. So that's one bonus point we get there, and we're trying for the second one.
I'd like to, to have a couple performances that I just, went out there and wouldn't wish to do anything over again and know that that was like perfection.
That's fine. Nice finish, too. Good. Well, you've done well. I mean, how long have we been doing this? A couple weeks? Done very well with that. But I've always told you that to be a good spinner, you have to have two things: be flexible, which you are, and practice it a lot, which you do mostly.
This is my favorite part, this stretch of coastline. I definitely appreciate it now a lot more than I did when I lived here. I took it for granted. I've really, had a window into different worlds, and it's been great to learn how different people train, to have the experience competing and training with different coaches, and I really feel like I've got the whole picture now coming back home.
She's had the full experience the last couple of years, there's no doubt about that. From California to Connecticut, New York, back to California. Slutskaya, Kostner, Ando, and it's about a 5-point lead for Slutskaya, and she's got about 6 points in between her and Michelle Kwan, who's just out of the top 3. Now, Sasha, who was second last year at Worlds, second after the qualifying, great opportunity.
She is a stunning performer. Absolutely the most pure line of any skater. But her consistency is her problem. Very nice, very clean, very easy and elegant.
And remember, she was not only coached for a while by Tatiana Tarasova, the Russian influence there, but her mom was a gymnast and grew up in Ukraine. So Eastern European heritage for Sasha Cohen. Grandfather, by the way, was also a gymnast and once performed for Stalin here in what was the Soviet Union.
Where she is trying to control that edge. You could see the look on her face. A lot of determination to do a clean, short program here. Audience here loves her music. Straight line footwork, very nice. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
She is stunning. Good for her. She really needed to do this.
And really keeping herself composed for those 8 required elements in this program.
John Nix, her coach, once again, back on the West Coast. Got to be happy with what he just saw, but as always, very stoked. Never can tell what he's thinking. Been around this sport for a long time. Sasha Cohen, able to do things on the ice that no other skater can do and get in positions that no other skater can. But it's Luzhniki who's got the lead. We'll see if she holds it when we come back. Wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but Sasha Cohen definitely got it done here at the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by Olay, the ladies' short program. Even got a smile out of John Nix.
Keeps her shoulders nice and upright as she takes off with a triple Lutz jump. Great amount of determination right there with the double toe loop right on the end. Triple Lutz double toe. Great start for her.
And this spiral move, she usually has such command of this move. And here she is struggling to not hit the boards, to give that turn, that inside edge. So you saw her struggling with her facial expressions, making that turn.
So now we'll find out. Luzhniki has the lead, and only 1 point separates the second, third, and fourth spots. There has been a timing violation. You can't go over the 250 allotted time, so that's 1 point off. 64-21 to get the lead. There it is, 61-37, guys. So Sasha Cohen in the second place. Gotta love where she is, because I mean, you got the favorite in first. You can make a run in the free skate. And here's a look at that time violation. You're allowed to go 2 minutes and 50 seconds. You cannot go over that. And with this clock, you can see unofficially Sasha Cohen going to end that movement before 2:51, and she goes 2:52. But even the 1 point deduction would not have made the difference in terms of where she sits in the standings. She is right behind Luzhniki in a great place, about 3 points back. And Michelle Kwan, 6.5 back in 5th place. People have definitely made up more than that to come back to win in this new system. Jenny Kirk, by the way, is currently in 16th. Sasha Cohen is with Christine Brennan right now. Christine?
Sasha, the reigning world silver medalist, you are in a great position now, less than 3 points behind Irina Luzhniki. What's the mentality going into the long?
Well, I haven't quite switched over yet. I just got off the ice, but to definitely skate a strong program and, you know, weed out any little bobbles.
And what happened? It looked like there was a moment when you were gritting your teeth in the spiral.
I was trying so hard to hold on and flip edges, which is a new requirement, and I nearly fell over 2 or 3 times, but I held on to it. Got to do that sometimes.
You also received a 1-point timing deduction. What happened there?
That's so frustrating because my spin was going so well, and I guess I must have just held it a little too long, and I just did not get out when the music ended, and so that's kind of a silly mistake.
All right, Sasha, well, good luck in the long. You're poised for a great long program. Terry?
So Cohen within striking distance of the lead, but the lead is held still by Irina Slutskaya, feeling the weight of the Russian hopes on her shoulders here in her hometown, and Christine caught up with her a few moments ago.
Irina Slutskaya, the leader after the short program. Looked like there was a little glitch there with the combination jump. What happened?
I don't know, it was so hard to skate, I never think that it will be so hard to skate here, but I think it was okay, and tomorrow will be much more better.
Is it better or worse to have almost a 3-point lead in your home country going into the long program?
Oh, well, it's always good when you have a couple points, more. But, the free program will be so hard because it will be a full arena, will be no space, and there will be so many people and really strong competitors.
Is this the toughest competition you have ever been in?
I think so. Now I think so.
All right, Irina, good luck in the long program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Terry?
Now Christine Slutskaya with a 3-point lead. Cohen and Kwan still in the hunt for the gold medal. The ladies free skate comes up later, but up next, the ice dancers skate for gold. Their ice dancing here in Russia. It may be more popular here than in any country, and they're settling in to watch the free dance here at the ISU World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay. Terry Gannon back with Susie Wynn and Christine Brennan, and here are the standings after the original dance, heading to the final phase. Novkin Kostomarov with about a 5-point lead over Belbin and Augusto, about 5 points back. Good battle for the bronze medal spot between the Ukrainians and the Bulgarians, who were the world silver medalists. But on the ice right now, from the U.S., Melissa Gregory and Denis Petchikov in 11th place. Top contenders still to come.
Spectacular lift with great control. The free dance is 4 minutes in length. It's the 3rd phase of the competition, and there are required elements. Up to 5 dance lifts, 2 dance spins, synchronized turns called twizzles. Those turns right there. And 2 footwork sequences.
Melissa's 23. She's from Chicago. Dennis is 26. Back in his home country. He's from Kirov, Russia. They met on the internet. You may know the story if you're a skating fan. He put out a search for a partner, skating partner. That's how they met. And they ended up skating together. And they got married in Las Vegas back in February 2001.
Judges comparing each of these elements and the technical mark, which will be the first mark. And they're also looking at what they call program components, which The criteria is skating skills, transitions, choreography, looking at almost everything else but the elements.
Takes the place of the old artistic score presentation, but it includes even more than just artistry.
It covers it all.
Gregory and Petchikov would be the top U.S. team to go to the Olympics in 11 months in Torino because Belbin and Augusto are not eligible. Tanner Belbin from Canada, not yet a U.S. citizen. And this team is currently in 11th. Belbin and Augusto in second. When you add those totals up, the placements, that would be 13. If they at least stayed there, that would gain 3 entries into the Olympics for the U.S. Might be hard to fill the 3 spots, Susie, if you look at the national championships because of citizenship problems and teams that have split up. You'd have to take the 2nd, the 8th, and the 9th teams from nationals.
I don't think that's ever happened, ever. But Gregory and Petchikov would lead the way if that were to happen. They've had some nice international experience this year, showing lots of improvement. This is their final footwork sequence. Must be performed in a dance hold at all times. It's tricky. They're skating so close together, unlike pair skating. Whose feet are just inches apart. Some difficult highlight moves and lifts throughout this program. They've got to feel proud. He's back at home here in Moscow, skating for the first time in 5 years. Now a U.S. citizen, eligible to compete in the Olympics. They've had a lot of progress this year. Everything to feel proud about.
Became a citizen of the U.S. on February 22nd. Melissa Gregory and Denis Petchikov in 11th place heading into the free dance.
Melissa Gregory, Denis Petchikov, the United States of America.
They certainly have mastered much skill within their dance lifts and a lot of their elements. This is a beautiful dance lift. He's in a spread eagle. She's in a very great balanced position. Nice stretch throughout her leg line there.
And performing for an impressive crowd here. Marina Klimova, the 92 Olympic ice dance champ. She's watching. And Wendell Pézera, the Olympic champ from France. Oksana Grishuk, Pasha, 2-time Olympic champion here. Wendell Pézera, by the way, doing what we're doing this week. He's working television.
He is.
Some interviews and commentary, technical element scores, program components added together to get 88.38, and then the overall total 173, and even 173 for the Americans. The final group is ready to take the ice for their warm-up, including the Russians, Navka and Kostomarov. The reigning world champs lead. The Americans are right behind. They'll skate for gold next in Russia. As Russian as Red Square, as customary in this country as the cold, the flourish and finesse of ice dancing. And so it seems to come naturally to Navka and Kostomarov. Music, movement, emotion, infusion on the frozen surface. But a team from the States is united in their performances and purpose to win a world medal and end a 20-year American drought. Belbin and Augusto breaking ground. A Russian team on familiar ice. Tonight, they dance for gold. Back inside Luzhniki Sports Palace, a hallowed arena here in Russia. Over 5 decades of history here, and they're ready to skate for gold in the free dance at the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by Olay. Hi again, everybody. Thrilled to have you along. Terry Gannon along with Susie Wynn. And Susie, you've got the Americans, Belbin and Augusto, behind the Russians, Navka and Kostomarov, and the reigning world champs have been dominant for 2 years now.
They certainly have. It's going to be hard for Belbin and Augusto to pull up ahead in the program component mark. The second Mark, because Navka and Kostomarov just have this great, solid technique. You got to remember, they're from Russia, a culture that is steeped in music and ballet, and they really tap into that. It was funny. I was coming to the rink, my taxi drivers could name every Olympic dance champion from 1976 till now. So
you don't think a New York cab driver could do that? Come on now.
I'm not sure.
What about Belbin and Augusto? Tanith and Ben. Chance to make history, no doubt about it. No American team has won a medal at the World Championships in ice dance in 2 decades.
Well, in a way, they have also, in a strange way, benefited from the Soviet system. Their coach, Igor Shpilban, a Russian, he teamed them together. He saw their ability and made them for 1 year just work on their basics. They did not compete. They were not out in public. And really, they were willing to put that workload in. They've got great choreographic flair. They're just a great team. It should be a great showdown.
Will they have a chance to win the gold medal? What do they have to do? What has to happen for the Americans to have a chance to win the gold medal?
Well,
here?
Kostomarov and Kostomarov had a rough early part of the season at NHK Trophy, one of their first events. They can't make those type of mistakes. If they revisit that sloppy little part of their career, things could go downhill. But here they look in fine form.
So the Americans trying to make history and also maybe have a shot at the gold. So here we go. Not only is there a battle for the gold medal, but a battle for the bronze medal, too. And this is one of the teams involved. Albena Denkova, Maxim Stavisky from Bulgaria, currently in 4th place after 2 phases of competition. And they won the silver medal last year at Worlds, battling Grushina and Goncharov for the bronze.
Shine. They normally connect with the audience. This music sort of suits their wild style. There's quite a bit of freedom in their upper bodies. Unlike some of the other teams that have really fine posture, they really move their rib cage and dance.
Do you think the judges appreciate that? Or like the more classical style?
I think the classical style sometimes goes over a little bit better. It's more understandable for traditionalists, but I appreciate that they're trying something different. Circular footwork sequence, center ice. Keeping up the flow during footwork sequence is very hard to do. They did it very nicely.
Right behind the Ukrainians. Less than a point separates them from Grushina and Goncharov. They've medaled the last couple of seasons at the World Championships. The first dance team from Bulgaria to ever do that at Worlds. Why have they lost ground this year?
What's hard for them is the second phase of the competition. Rhythm dance was a quick step. Charleston, very American themes. They're more comfortable with the avant-garde. And I think the traditional themes sort of hurt them. They don't really, they're not sold on them. When I spoke with her about it, she said, my choreographer's Russian. He does not prefer this American style.
They train much of the year right here in Russia.
This is a change of edge lift. It begins on one curve, finishes on another. It takes a lot of control in the transitioning of the edge change. These turns, twizzle turns. Now as fast and as powerful and crisp as we'll see from Nafka and Kostomarov and Belbin and Augusto. But a well-centered dance spin, very well-centered.
This is the team that beat the Russians earlier this year. Nafka and Kostomarov, who are next to skate. They go back-to-back with the Americans. Belbin and Augusto right after that.
You know, when I've spoken with them, the audience is the most important thing, the reaction of the audience. There were some sloppy portions in this program, but they've lost 14 training days after the European Championships because she had bronchitis.
Yeah, Albana was sick.
Right.
Well, he liked it. The fist pump at the end. Maxime, Albana Denkova and Maxime Stavisky trying to move up from 4th place. The Russians are next. Russian or Soviet skaters have won the last 16 of 20 gold medals at Worlds in ice dance. Nafka, Kostomarov when we come back to Moscow. Harsh Russian winter continues here as we welcome you back inside Luzhniki Sports Palace. The World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay, Albana Denkova, and Maxime Stavisky.
This was one of the strong lifts. Here, watch the leverage here. Her knee resting on his feet, his skates. They have great control in most of their lifts, but at the end of the program, difficulty when her free leg, right here, her left leg, almost did not clear that space, so they had to kind of renegotiate. That was tough.
Could have been a lot worse. Almost got a shave and a haircut. Technical elements 44-17. Program components over 60, and the free dance total 104.86. So added to the previous total 208.46.
You know, they tried to make a lot of changes in the footwork, upgrading things, but it just was a little sloppy.
So they have the lead, the Bulgarians. And here are the world champs, Tatiana Navka, Roman Kostomarov, back in their hometowns. They live in New Jersey now, though. They took time out at the practice rink to give us some insight into their daily lives.
This is my partner, Tatiana Navka.
And this is my partner, Roman Kostomarov. And we dance partners.
We're representing Russia.
When we're not skating, I like to ride on my motorcycle. I love to drive my car very fast.
Very fast.
And I have a lot of speeding tickets. I love to spend time with my baby on the playground. When she was little, it was very hard. But now I think about second baby.
And there's Tatiana's daughter. She is, of course, married to Alexander Zhulin, their coach. Sasha is 4 years old, getting into it here in Moscow. From Montclair, New Jersey to Moscow, Russia, the reigning world champs with another title on the line. Tatiana Navka, Roman Kostomarov, set to go here in the free dance. Total for them in the original dance after the Americans had set a record. They broke that.
leg line and extension, wonderful speed. Beautiful extension and posture through their back. So slight, it didn't quite push out to the wall. That extension, which makes them stand out. Leg line and flow. These are the turns they struggled with at NHK Trophy. About this team. But I think that the energy of the audience, it was hard to contain the nervousness at different points. Very small little sprinkled imbalances here and there.
Wonder if Tatiana heard her daughter in the audience, huh? Yelling loud enough. Well, her mom was skating for a world title 20 minutes from Red Square here in Moscow. Tatiana Navka, Roman Kostomarov, last year's world gold medalist, still yelling, Sasha is. Her mom may have won another world title, but it's not over yet. It would take a remarkable performance, though, to beat that.
I agree.
So we'll find out what the judges think, and then it's up to the Americans. Kenneth Philbin, Ben Augusto. No American team has ever won a gold medal in ice dance at the World Championships. They'll try to be the first when we come back. Back at the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay. Here in the free dance, the reigning world champs waiting for their mark. Sasha Zulin, the coach, right alongside Tatiana's husband.
They always have beautiful posture, great extensions, and I love how they get into an instant position right there. They're always in the right place at the right time, and then transitioning so quickly in the second part of that curve. They're just well done. They're very precise. Combination lift, a couple of different things happening. It's on an inside spread eagle, and then they transition. This is a difficult lift because of the shifting of positions, and they certainly have remarkable talent and everything.
Now the marks as Belbin and Augusto wait on the edge. It's got to be tough to follow that, huh? Here in Russia.
I've been in that position, and you just have to put your blinders on.
Free dance total 113.17. It totals 227.81 overall. That's the highest total that we have seen in the couple of years that this new system has been in play. It's the first time at the World Championships, but we saw it in the Grand Prix last year and this year. That's the best score in the 2 years it's been in. Now the Americans, Tanith Belbin, Ben Augusto. In terms of breaking the American drought at the World Championships, it's not only not a goal for them, they weren't even aware of it.
To be breaking ground is sort of something that we didn't realize that we were doing. I guess we didn't really realize the markers that we were making.
I did not realize it was 20 years since the last world medal, and looking at the World Championships this year, and hopefully that's something that we can change.
In the sport of ice dancing, American teams have long been considered the underdogs. Not since 1985, when Judy Blumberg and Michael Siebert won the bronze, has an American team medaled at the World Championships. The sport has been dominated by Russian and Western European skaters. American teams have rarely even placed in the top 5.
There was a while there that we had teams doing the same stuff as the teams at the top, and it was redundant, but now teams are going out there and making a statement.
I think that sometimes in the past, American ice dance was criticized for not being quite as bold as some of the, say, European dancers. Ben and I have always said that we've tried to push the envelope with our programs, tried to create more technically demanding programs and also more unique programs that maybe look a little different from anything that's ever been done before.
But it has long been acknowledged that in ice dancing, what happens on the ice only partly explains the results. The new judging system put in place after the scandal of the 2002 Olympics is designed to reduce national bias by making the judges' votes anonymous.
I think that they're making good progress with, the fairness of the judging system. Overall, we're seeing definitely a more interesting result from each competition. You never quite know what's going to happen.
They now are still going to get great credit for their elements, the spins, the lifts, the footwork, because they have some of the most difficult stuff out there. And with only 2 marks, I felt that they got a little shortchanged.
With the new system in place, this young American team placed second in the world at the recent Grand Prix final, raising hopes that, for the first time in 2 decades, an American dance team will ascend the medal stand at the Worlds.
Our success on the Grand Prix and then at the Grand Prix final has really opened our eyes to what we can achieve. We're just riding a really exciting wave right now, so we're just going to keep going as long as we can, and I think that we have a great future.
And that future does not include the Olympic Games in Torino 11 months from now. Tanith is not yet a U.S. citizen. It's not going to happen before that time, but a long future ahead for these two. Going after the gold. No U.S. team has ever done it. No U.S. team has medaled in 20 years. Last U.S. team to win a silver medal, by the way, was Colleen O'Connor, Jim Milnes, back in 1975.
certainly have the difficulty compared to Navka and Kostomarov. Sometimes the Russians have a little more polish in the in-between, the transitioning. But the speed and the attack are very evident.
They have moved up quicker than we usually see in this sport. And you do have the new system, and maybe that's one of the main reasons why, but they were 5th at the World Championships last year. You go back 3 or 4 years, it just didn't happen. I mean, they jumped over Denkova and Stavisky, Lushina, and Goncharov. They're still to come.
In the old days, it was just protocol judging based on the previous year's world results. So this has been refreshing and has injected more believability in this sport.
Yeah.
It's made it more legitimate.
More credible, more confidence for the skaters. They can move up.
Because you know it could be a real thing. If you really do your job, it will matter. It's nearly the end of their program. The energy and speed that they're demonstrating is very important and hard to do. Well, I say they've had a great week here in Moscow. This is a great finish this week. A strong free dance.
And the Russian crowd was into that performance. There's Tanith's mom, Michelle, and Ben's parents, Miriam and Angel. Standing ovation from them. But this crowd was into it.
Well, it's great music, gypsy dance music. Their coach picked it, and he knew they would play well here in Russia.
They're the leaders backstage, reigning champs. Gonna hang out and find out if they're the two-time champs now. Tanith Belbin and Ben Augusto will check their marks in a moment. Scenes from today, not 30 years ago, here in Moscow. Sasha Cohen warming up a little bit, getting loose. Second after the short program. Ladies free skate still to come. Irina Slutskaya has roughly a 3-point lead over the American at this point. Navka, Kostomarov backstage here at the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by Olay. And in the kiss and cry right now, Tanith Belbin, Ben Augusto. Igor Spielban on the left side of your screen. You're talking about him and the influence that he's had, not only on them, but on U.S. ice dance and the resurgence.
He certainly has. He's developed so many teams, junior champions. He came to this country, decided, I'm starting a program, and he's done just that. It's been great for our dance program in the U.S.
Every year at the U.S. Nationals, a number of the top teams in the standings, you see his name alongside. 118.10 on the free dance to lead. That is a big number. 46.60, 64.94, 111.54. That's a personal best for them, but not enough to overtake the Russians.
They've got great technical marks. They're certainly capable. They moved with great speed, but it's the in-between stuff. They'll work on that. Just getting that polish up to match that of Nafkan Kostomarov.
Currently in second place, right behind Nafkan Kostomarov, Belbin and Augusto. So the Russians on top, 227.81. That number's going to stick most likely. Belbin and Augusto right behind. Denkova and Stavisky currently in third. And most likely this team, Grushina and Goncharov, trying to make it to that spot and get the Bulgarians off the podium. Yelena Grushina, Ruslan Goncharov in third place after the original dance. Both from Odessa, Ukraine. They train in Connecticut now. This is their 11th trip to the Senior World Championships, and they have never medaled. This would be their first. Last year they came in fourth.
A lot of beauty in their movement. They certainly take their time to finish their movement. Beautiful dance lift, straight line, how she's balanced on his knee. Team that's been out most of the season with his foot injury and missing some of their Grand Prix events. He really came into the season late, but it hasn't shown or reflected in their ability or their speed. They look quite polished, more so than ever.
Yeah, they missed the first half of the season because of that foot injury, but had a great second half. Second place finish at Cup of Russia right here in this building, and then silver medal at Europeans. But he told you his heel was bothering him, right?
So that here it's starting to aggravate him again. He's trying not to concentrate on it too much. They've been married together for almost 10 years. And I said, how do you guys manage that? And they both looked at each other and just started laughing.
Ruslan came to the U.S. back in '97 after their rink in Odessa shut down.
I think that's what's so astounding about watching these dancers, that each one had to make so many sacrifices and invest so much time to be skilled and brilliant at this sport. They make it look easy, but it's years and decades of dedication.
Their families as well, many times having to move halfway across the country or the world to train. And in the former Soviet Union, it's one thing here in Moscow, maybe St. Petersburg, but in the outlying areas, the funding is dried up so much that rinks are actually turning into car dealerships and different businesses, money-making operations, and there's nowhere to skate, let alone train.
tremendous performance for Grushina and Goncharov. Everything in place, beautifully executed, and they really related to one another better than ever.
So we'll see what the podium looks like at the end of the night. Grushina and Goncharov, can they threaten the Americans in the second spot? Belbin and Augusto are there right now, right behind Navka and Kostomarov. Happy at the point. Will they stand on the second step of the podium? Back in a moment.
Next Sunday, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific time. You've got the Olympic silver medalist Paul Wiley co-hosting with current U.S. bronze medalist, the youngster Kimi Meisner. They'll take you on a unique behind-the-scenes tour of the competition here in Moscow. An all-access look at the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay next Sunday at 4:30 Eastern right here on ESPN.
Backstage pass right now as Sasha Zulin gives his wife a kiss. Tatiana Navka, Roman Kostomarov, the leaders right now, and will be the champs. Belbin and Augusto currently in second place. Can they hold on to that spot, Susan?
Well, it's going to be close. I definitely would think that Denkov and Savitsky have to worry about Grushina and Goncharov's performance. Technically, I thought they were comparable. Belbin and Augusto have a little bit more energy when they relate to one another, but tonight this was a banner performance for them. It's close. I know I sound on the fence, but
hard to say. Free dance right there, 109.48, so 213.95. That's third place. They're going to make it to the podium. The Bulgarians will not. The Americans do. For the first time since 1985, Judy Blumberg, Michael Siebert. You've got an American team on the podium at Worlds. Belbin and Augusto capture the silver medal here. Well, Susie, Aspen East Gym in Montclair, New Jersey is going to have a new picture to put up on their wall. Two Russians in gold medals. Navka and Kostomarov win once again, and Belbin and Augusto in that silver medal position. Grushina and Goncharov end up in third. That's your podium. In 11th, Gregory and Petchikov, which means that the U.S. will have 3 entries into the Olympics in ice dance 11 months from now. So Belbin and Augusto, look at the list since 1969, and Blumberg and Siebert with 3 bronze medals, but now one step better for Belbin and Augusto, a silver, the first since 1975. They're with Christine.
All right, Terry, Tanith, and Ben, congratulations. What a historic moment for U.S. ice dancing. Ben, can you put it into perspective for us from a personal standpoint?
Wow, I can't even believe that it's been 30 years since the silver medal. There have been so many amazing teams that have come before us, teams like Liz and Jared and Renee and Gorsha, Peter and Naomi, all these amazing teams that I always thought should have been up on the top, and I don't know why they weren't. So it feels so great for us to finally be here, and it's just a wonderful feeling. We owe a lot to them.
And a great night for U.S. ice dancing in general. 3 places now for the Olympics next year. Unfortunately, though, ironically, you're not going to be one of those teams. What do you make of that, Tanith?
Well, we don't mind that we're not going to be there in the 3 spots, because we're just so happy that we were able to achieve that and contribute that to the States, because the dance field is becoming deeper and deeper in the States, and I think that a lot of young dance teams coming up have a great opportunity for them waiting in the future to go to the Olympics. So, you know, we just focus on our own skating. We're so satisfied personally. This was an amazing achievement, so there's no way we can put a bad spin on any of this.
And Tanith, of course, you're a Canadian citizen. What exactly is the status of your U.S. citizenship?
I will receive my dual citizenship in the summer of 2007. That's when I'm able to formally acquire citizenship. So that's where it stands at this time. And you know, we don't keep it on our minds all the time. We deal with it more in the media than anywhere else. So at home training, you know, we just enjoy every minute of our skating together.
Well, we'll certainly see you in the future. Looking ahead to 2010, the Olympics
you.
there. Terry.
Classy reaction naming those that came before. Ben Augusto. When we come back, they'll honor the champs, the Russian national anthem, next in Moscow. The Russians have earned 2 out of the 3 gold medals so far here at the World Championships, and now Navka, Kostomarov, and the other medalists will stand at attention for the Russian national anthem.
Please rise for the national anthem of the champions.
Kostomarov, the gold medalist in ice dance, and Tanith Belbin, Ben Augusto, they've emerged as a major force on the world scene. The ladies take the ice to skate for gold when we come back to Moscow. She has far to go, but the route is familiar. She's traveled it 5 times before. She will be the focus of a full house of prayers, but she answers them with belief in herself. She has youth, which could serve or betray her. And she has promises to keep. Needing all of her experience. A year of hardship behind her and another world ahead. From out of nowhere, so close to gold. Her moment finally could be here. The ladies skate for the championship of the world. One gold medal left to be decided here at the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay. A group of top contenders on the ice warming up to skate for the gold medal here in the ladies free skate. And the standings going into this free skate, it's the hometown kid, Irina Slutskaya, with the lead. She's got 92.61 points. Sasha Cohen less than 3 points behind. Miki Ando ahead of Michelle Kwan, who's just 6.5 back, and that certainly has been made up under the new system so far. Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with Peter Carruthers and Peggy Fleming. It's been 102 years. That's what they've waited in Russia. I hope it's worthy of the hype to this point. So. A mixture of veterans and youngsters out on the ice. And let's start by looking at Irina Slutskaya, 26 years of age, from Moscow, and the 2002 champ. Peggy.
Well, I think this crowd will really help her. They have gone crazy for her in each phase of this competition. And even with all of Irina's health problems and pressure here, she's had great energy on the ice. And this competition, remember, has 3 parts to it. So I'm worried about Irina's endurance, but I have a lot of confidence in her right now. She's been skating very well.
The endurance questions because of the serious illness, vasculitis, last year, out most of the season, came back to place 9th at the World Championships, and then look what she's done in the last 5 straight gold medals, including another European championship, so she's undefeated this season. Also on the ice, Sasha Cohen, 20 years of age, from Laguna Niguel, California.
Well, Sasha has delivered up to this point here in Moscow. This world should be Sasha's championship, but her inconsistent track record, I think, still is looming over her. She'll have to have the skate of her life tonight to be able to beat Irina Slutskaya.
Can she keep it together? And the unknown, Carolina Kostner, 18 years old, from Italy. She would be the first Italian medalist in the ladies event at World since 1978, Peter.
Pretty impressive. She's a very energetic skater, and she skates with a lot of speed. She's got triple combinations planned, but her biggest problem is just consistency. And now that she's sitting in the top 3, we have to see how she handles that pressure.
Another youngster, only 17 years old, from Nagoya, Japan, Miki Ando. She is the only woman to ever do the quad jump in competition.
And with that said, she may try the quad here. She has to wait and see how she feels. But with Miki Ando, she really can rack up the points with the jump. She's very solid there, and if she does, she will build momentum as she ends toward the program in this free skate. So watch for the big jumps with Ando.
And of course, Michelle Kwan, the 5-time world champ, 24 years old, from Torrance, California.
Well, Michelle has to focus and pull herself together for this Bolero free skate. She changed it dramatically since the national championship and skated it very poorly in the qualifying. And for Michelle to even medal here in Moscow, she'll have to resurrect the classic Michelle of years past. And she has to land every single jump.
What will she do with the choreography and the elements here in the free skate? For more on that, let's join Christine Brennan
All right, Terry. Well, I just spoke with Rafael Artunian, Michelle Kwan's coach. He told me Michelle's definitely putting everything back into this free skate that she took out in that disastrous qualifying performance the other day. It includes 2 triple flips and 2 triple lutzes. There will not be a triple loop in the performance. It's Michelle's worst jump. Rafael said there's no reason to do it. She's too shaky with that jump. They feel they have enough points with the flips and the lutzes. It's come down to a numbers game here in figure skating. Terry?
Yeah, it sure has. Gets confusing at times. I hope we get used to this new system. But Michelle got a lot of points for her jumps in the short program. Also out there, the reigning world champ, Shizuka Arakawa, 23 years of age from Sendai City, Japan.
Well, she may be the defending world champion, but it's been a difficult season for her. But where she shines is within the component scores, the style of her skating. The judges like it. But her coach, Tarasova, told me that her confidence is an issue, and she's been trying to build her up the entire season, saying, don't worry about being a world champion. Just skate like this is the first time you're trying to become a world champion.
So here's the order in which they will skate. Michelle Kwan up early. Remember Nice 2000 at the World. She was first in the last group, had to wait and wait. She ended up winning the gold medal. Cohen's third, and then Irina Slutskaya at the age of 26, last to skate. So Michelle Kwan up first. Final thoughts, guys. Who do you like?
Well, I think how things have gone this week, and looking at Irina Slutskaya, I think this is maybe going to be her moment.
I've watched her all season, and I'm going to pick Slutskaya because she's had such a good one.
Oh, I make it unanimous. All 3 in the booth. Estella Kwan, Michelle's mom. Michelle trying to be second on the all-time list to Sonia Henne, going for win number 6 at the World Figure Skating Championships.
Well, right here, I can see a more intense Michelle, a more focused Michelle, and one that is really listening to this music. Triple flip, double toe, double loop.
The last time she did not medal at the World Championships was 1995 when she came in 4th. In her qualifying effort, she seemed disengaged. Wasn't all there. Better in the short. Now the free skate.
Triple lutz, double toe. Here's the second triple flip. Nice and clean with steady edge. The spin could be more fast.
Skating slow into that triple sow cow.
Ironically, in the short program, Kwan gained points on her jumps when compared to Slutskaya and Cohen.
And even in moves like this, the spiral, you can gain points by changing edges and going forwards or backwards. Nice, good steady stretch there, good steady edge. She's feeling this program a lot more than she did in the qualifying.
Two-footed on that triple Lutz at the end here.
Triple toe, double toe. Wonderful footwork section here. A lot of energy, a lot of emotion, and feeling the music. Better program for her. It's the old Michelle that we're used to seeing, except for the triple jump. She only could accomplish 4 triples in this program. She only did 3 in the qualifying, so she really did add a whole lot more to
yes,
this.
True. However, I don't think the speed was there, the snap that I have seen from her in the past throughout the entire program.
And that may have gotten her on that one jump. And that'll be a mandatory 1-point deduction for the fall under the new system. Michelle Kwan will check her marks, and then it's the youngster from Italy, Carolina Kostner, going after a medal for the first time at the Senior World Championships. The competition wraps up tonight here in Moscow, but our coverage continues tomorrow. We'll take a look back at the top performances from the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay at 4:30 Eastern Time. Then the top stars take to the ice for their exhibition performances at 5:30 Eastern, right here on ESPN. Back at the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay here in Moscow. Michelle Kwan waiting for her marks. She lost ground in the program components in the short program.
This was an important combination for her. 3 jumps, the triple flip, double toe, and double loop. So that was good that she was racking up some points there. And then the triple Salchow, a little conservative. Right hand comes in front. It's a little slow. I think the speed hurt her here, and she doesn't get the rotation she needs to complete the 3 turns and hits the ice and crashes down.
A win would give her 6 world titles, which would be the most by any American. Dick Button and Carol Heiss both have 5. Rafaela Artunian, her coach, alongside the Kiss and Cry. So the technical marks, 55.62. Program components, the old artistic mark, but there's more to it now. 59.36, 113.98 for her free skate. An overall 200.19, and that sets the standard. She has the lead right now. Now she sits, waits, and watches. But the youngster gets her chance. 18 years of age, Carolina Kostner, from Italy, trying to become the first woman to medal at Worlds since 1978. Last year, a top 5 finish, so not entirely unknown, but finding out more and more about her.
She looked a little nervous in the warm-up. Nice airy quality to her skating, nice flow over the ice, good speed. She has a triple combination here, triple flip, triple toe, double loop.
Love it.
Just sort of skimmed across the water.
The points you gain for that gain so much ground on the field.
Fabulous start for her. surface very well. Good speed, effortless.
Carolina is from Italy, as we said, but she has lived and trained in Oberstdorf, Germany since she was 14. It's about 4 hours away from her home. Stays at a boarding school there with other athletes, and actually rooms with a ski jumper. And her dad was the captain of the Italian national hockey team. Her cousin and godmother is Solda Kostner. You may remember her. She won the silver medal in the women's downhill in Salt Lake.
Now that was a risky thing to do with that kind of speed. Just nowhere to take the jump up into the air and rotate.
Nice positions in this camel spin. Good stretch. Kind of unusual choreography. There are 3 spins right in a row. Now her final move coming up is this double axel. There she takes off right here. Barely. She didn't get up on the jump very much at all. But she has such a charming innocence about her. She's just really refreshing.
And remember where the Olympics are 11 months from now.
Oh, boy.
Italy. Kostner started the free skate a little more than 5 points off the lead. We've seen almost 12 points made up in this new scoring system for a win. Emmanuel Sandou did that, so certainly with a chance. Right now, let's check in with Christine Brennan, who is with Michelle Kwan. Christine?
Michelle, you looked so much stronger in this performance than the qualifying skate. Is that what you were thinking as you skated?
Well, I definitely wanted to skate better than I did in the qualifying round, but I went out there, enjoyed myself, took my time, and just made 2 mistakes, and you know, what can I say? Go home and, I guess, work harder.
The new system and you, it's a learning experience. What did you learn?
Well, coming here to Moscow, I didn't know what to expect with the new system, the new judging system, and I know that I can improve on the spins and the transitions into the jumps, and of course more combinations, and just try to step it up to level 3, I guess.
All right, Michelle. Well, always a champion, and the way you skate and perform. Thank you. Terry?
When we come back, Sasha Cohen, another opportunity for her. Can she step up to the top level? She's next. Back in Moscow, the young Italian skater Carolina Kostner in the kissing cry. There she is now. So waiting for her marks.
And this was the inspiring beginning of her program, this beautiful triple flip, good height and good speed in between the triple toe and double loop, a 3-jump combination. Very nice beginning. And then the trouble on this triple Salchow. It was a double axel, half loop, triple Salchow, and she was going so slow she really couldn't have the momentum and the rhythm to make that jump successful.
Kwon has the lead right now, an overall total of 200.19. Getting more and more used to this new system and numbers, and a lot of scores to input into the computer. They've had a few problems with that so far, trying to work that out. 112.93 in the free skate to get the lead, and there it is, 113.29. So Carolina Kostner with an overall total 200.56 goes past Kwon into first place. So Kwon will not win the title for a sixth time. Sasha Cohen has come full circle. Talking to her coach, John Nix. She, of course, moved from California to Connecticut. Tatiana Tarasova, her coach. Then it was Robin Wagner. And then at the end of this year, back to California and back to John Nix. The 2004 world silver medalist with yet another chance to win the gold medal. And she's been there, Peggy, so many times at the U.S. Nationals, but hasn't won the top spot, and here at Worlds.
Yes, she has a lot of pressure on herself that she's put there herself to be able to do a clean, long program. But she is just extraordinarily beautiful, gorgeous line. No one can match that.
Moment coming out of the double toe loop.
She fell on that in the qualifying. She is really trying to focus differently than she did at the qualifying.
Remember, among those still to come, the reigning world champ, Shizuka Arakawa, and Arina Slutskaya, who will be last to skate, holding the lead after the short program. Cohen just 3 points back, a little less than that.
She really struggled to hold on to that landing. Extraordinary, the stretch and this gorgeous line. Audience in Moscow really appreciates this pure line that Sasha Cohen is so well known for.
She's of Ukrainian heritage. Her mother grew up in Ukraine. was coached for a while by Tatiana Tarasova. Certainly identifies with the Eastern European culture.
Looks very strong at the end of this 4-minute program. This final combination spin. Just perfect positions.
That's unbelievable.
Yes, she is wonderful. I mean, that was a great performance for Sasha Cohen. Just a few little shaky landings, but that was the most successful program I've seen her do in a long time, and what a nice moment to do it.
Coming back, she had the back injury early in the year, Peter, and then the coaching changed to move out west. A couple of bobbles here, a couple of mistakes.
Absolutely the point. It didn't take her apart, though. She did maintain, she held on, and she had some brilliant moments within that program.
Carolina Koster, just imagine if she were to win the gold medal here. Hasn't medaled at Worlds, and she's in a position now, perhaps she's the current leader. We'll check the marks for Sasha Cohen in just a moment. Don't forget, still to skate, Arina Slutskaya looking for world title number 2. But up next, she's already won one herself. Shizuka Arakawa, the reigning champ, takes the ice here in Moscow when we return. There's Sasha Cohen, the last American other than Kwon to win this title, by the way. Tara Lipinski back in 1997 in Lausanne, Switzerland. Kwon was second that time. Cohen waiting for her marks, was very good, but a few mistakes.
Well, I've never seen her look so inspired and determined. Look at how she opened this program with this triple Lutz right into this double toe. Very strong, but she put her foot down on that landing there, but it was so beautifully done. And this triple flip, she goes up really nice and straight, but then has a very shaky landing, but was determined to hold on to it and not put her foot down. And then, of course, this purity of this gorgeous spiral is unmatched.
She's got to feel good about that performance, though. I mean, so many people saying every time you have a chance, you fall and you make all these mistakes. Not this time. Look at those numbers in the 60s, 124.61. Oh, that's more than enough. John Nick celebrating. That's as much as he celebrates right there, folks. 214 plus, 214.39, and so Cohen has the lead. So your top 3, Cohen, Kostner, and Kwon. Michelle in danger of not making the podium for the first time since 1995. Here's Arakawa, the reigning world champion from Japan. There's the number she needs to take the lead and her free skate best. 23 years of age.
She has a very elegant style, very reserved, and beautiful jumps. Beautiful entrance into this triple Lutz. Double loop combination. Beautiful triple combination. flying camel compared to Sasha Cohen. Needs a lot more work, a lot more stretch.
Some people had written Shizuka Arakawa off in terms of going after the gold medal here at Worlds. Didn't follow up her gold medal season with one that would meet those credentials, but she did have a foot problem, some boot problems, breaking in new ones. Living abroad, not in Japan, and training with Tatiana Tarasova. She said she hates being away from home, but she loves Tarasova.
Again, she has felt that this world championship that she won last season was maybe an aberration. She wasn't sure about it. Her confidence has been low.
She's doubling a lot of her triple jumps here. Beautiful position. Spiral sequence. She's losing a little bit of energy and a little bit of focus and not with this program anymore. Very expressive straight line footwork steps there. She's such a beautiful skater. She started this program out so well, and it just was kind of downhill about halfway through, and it's really unfortunate. She had such a nice opportunity here to progress herself up the ladder.
The hardest thing for a skater to do is when you start to make mistakes, not pull back, but to go after it. And she really pulled back and started to doubt herself even more as the program went on.
Yeah, she was just a point and a half out of third place, out of making the podium. We'll see. Maybe the judges have different ideas for Shizuka Arakawa of Japan. The current leader, though, is Sasha Cohen, and just a moment ago, Christine caught up with her.
Sasha, your coach John Nix came back here and said that was a gutsy performance. Were you thinking those same thoughts?
I was really nervous, and at the beginning, you never know how it's going to go, but I just thought about it one element at a time, and I really fought for everything, so I was proud of that effort today.
You've been in this position a lot in the past, and it hasn't gone so well. What was different this time?
I think I was really well prepared, and experience helped, and, just think positive thoughts and just really be there for myself when I'm out there.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Sasha, Terry?
Thank you.
All right, Christine, thank you. Up next, another young teenager, 17-year-old Miki Ando, the only lady to ever do the quad in competition. Will she do it here? We'll find out. We're in Moscow. A reminder, for more of the World Figure Skating Championships, you can log on to www.espn360.com for all the top contenders and U.S. performances here in Moscow.
Shizuka Arakawa is a pretty skater to watch, but here the triple Salchow gets plenty of air, no problem, but a little cheated on the end of the second jump. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And this is the Lutz. It takes off, picking in. Only a double there. Double toe, double loop. Getting through that, but she was looking for a triple on the first jump.
Sasha Cohen talking to the media.
Definitely, I think so.
Backstage, your current leader. Nice to talk as the leader, isn't it? Yeah, when they're asking you questions. Hold on and see if she holds that lead. Tatiana Tarasova grew up coming to this building as a youngster. Her dad, a famous hockey coach, the old Central Red Army, and the Olympic teams, the Soviet Union. Evgeny Platov, one of her students, and a champion himself. 128.66. That's what she needs to take the lead. Not going to get near that, Peggy.
No, I didn't see an inspired performance for her. She started out so good.
So 185.73. The defending world champion all the way down in 7th place. Now, Petey, you got to do the jumps you plan, and she downgraded too many of those.
Absolutely. The triple Sauka, what was supposed to be triple toe, was downgraded to a double toe loop because it was more than a quarter turn cheat on the end.
So Cohen still has the lead. But here's Miki Ando from Japan, 17 years of age, from Nagoya. They're the numbers, what she needs, and her best. She's in 4th after the short program, a little more than 5.5 back. And remember, she is the only lady skater who has done the quad in competition. That was back at the Junior Grand Prix final in 2003. We'll see if she is able to do it here.
In the warm-up, she had a little bit of problem with the quad Sauka. Very nice opening.
Triple loop. Fantastic.
And now here comes the quad Sauka, if she's going to do it. I think she probably is. That inside edge takeoff. No, it was only a triple. As I said, she was having trouble with it on the warm-up, but she did land one, I think, in practice this afternoon.
Earlier today, yeah. Really started to take notice of Miki Ando last year, fresh off her win at the 2004 Junior Worlds. It's her first senior international competition at the World Championships, and she came in 4th, just out of the top 3. And early on in that competition, she shocked everybody because she was ahead of Michelle Kwan. That's when you really started to take notice.
She is known for her jumps. However, she really needs to work on her presentation skills. All of these extensions, more steady edge. And better posture when she skates. Because it's all about the complete package.
Performance.
That is important. Absolutely. Could be so much better. All the details of getting down a little lower on the sit spin and more stretch on the position in the flying camel.
Ando was about 3 points behind Cohen after the short program. And remember, you've got the short program leader, Slutskaya, still to come. Up.
Lost her edge on that footwork sequence. And she broke her focus. is an extraordinary jumper, but we didn't get to see the quad. I think everyone was kind of waiting to see that, but we have seen it in practice. It's almost pretty spectacular.
It's almost a curse for her, though. You know she can do it, and if she doesn't do it, then it's a letdown.
Absolutely, but that opening triple Lutz, triple loop was fantastic. She needs to carry that kind of momentum through the entire program to do better in the future.
So no quad, a few bobbles. We'll check the marks for Miki Ando. Can Sasha Cohen win this thing? Current leader, she's backstage looking for the gold medal, and she's got one skater to sit out. We'll have the marks for Ando, check those, but then it's Arina Slutskaya in her hometown trying to complete the comeback. Right now, though, she has some fun taking a look at an Olay ice move for us.
Try to explain my Billman spin, but for this spin you should be really flexible and really stretching. If you're not, don't try. First, for my Billman, I need to do layback. When I did layback, I try to find my leg. When I find my leg, I try to drop it. When I drop it, I try to stand up with my leg and with my arms. I will try to hand a second hand foot, in my skate. And after, when I stand up, I try to put my leg much more higher. And when I stop, I feel a little bit dizzy. But I feel okay, and I land. But, much more easy to doing this in skates, not in the shoes.
"20 minutes from Red Square." Here's Miki Ando waiting for her marks at the World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay.
This was outstanding. The triple Lutz, what makes this so hard is the fact that she lands and just immediately leaps into the air for the triple loop without any toe pick going in to assist her. A very hard combination. And then the triple flip, 3 rotations, the right foot picks in and she doesn't stop the rotation. Hands go down, so losing points there.
Arina Slutskaya ready to go on the ice. The crowd respectfully being very quiet right now, but they'll explode in a moment. What a comeback it would be for Slutskaya. Illness. Ando needing 127.44 to take the lead, and Cohen is safe right now, 106.18. So there's her overall total, and Miki Ando currently in 5th.
Well, she had a real disappointing performance here. She really needs to go back and work on the polish of her programs.
So far in the ladies free skate, the 5-time champ, Michelle Kwan, she was solid, but she trails the young teenager from Italy, Carolina Kostner, trying to win her first medal at the Senior World Championships. But ahead of the pack right now, Sasha Cohen, last year's silver medalist, in a position to win her first gold. But there's one skater left, and it is Arina Slutskaya. In this era of pampered athletes, she's a throwback, much like her country itself, facing enormous challenges, strapped for cash, but tackling the day-to-day struggles with a strong back and a smile.
I feel like I'm fresh.
Look at that.
No, I'm new.
Undefeated to date.
New Irina again new.
This may just be her greatest season yet. A new Arena, undefeated so far this season. Remarkable considering the emotional toll she's endured caring for her mother, who suffers from kidney disease. The strain forced Arina to skip the 2003 Worlds. Soon thereafter, Arina was diagnosed with vasculitis, an inflammation of the blood vessels, which put her in the hospital and kept her off the ice for months.
One of the moments of your life, not really good, but sometimes you can't do anything. When you go sick, you wish to fight, but you don't know how. And this is the scary thing.
But Arina had always been a fighter. The disease had weakened her heart, not her spirit. And so she made her way to the first competition of the season for her, the 2004 Worlds. She finished 9th in an event she had not entered to win, but to prove to herself she still had the will to perform and compete.
Oh, I was happy last year that I will go for Worlds. I was understand, you know, I don't fight for first places, but that I'm in there, that was really important.
Irina now comes to the Worlds this year with confidence. Her health improved, her priorities in order. She wants to win for the glory, but also to earn money for the kidney transplant her mother desperately needs.
Of course, I'm thinking about my parents because I have money for sport, you know, and for this money I can do transplant for her, you know, and of course it's big motivation because I love to skate and I wish to help my parents to have a normal life because this is my job and this is my soul and this is my life now.
Love for her mother and her sport is what she brings to the ice. And love is what she'll certainly receive from the fans here in Moscow. But with her country's affection comes expectations.
I wish to show like everybody who am I, you know, because usually Irina Slutskaya, she is a world champion, European champion, but always more hard skating in your hometown because it's so much pressure. I know, you know, this Russian crowd, it always will be in my head, you know, and this is hard. Everybody think if you're the champion, you should be really, really hard person. Yes, I'm hard person on the ice, but in life, I'm really soft.
Производная программа. Ирина Слуцкая.
You know, you just get the idea that Irina Slutskaya would be more comfortable with a lunch pail than a Prada purse. I mean, that's true. That's how she is. There's Cohen, Costner, and Kwan, your top three. And Slutskaya, I think it was last year, was in New York. They were touring, and you know she's strapped financially because of her mother's illness, the kidney transplant that is needed, and her own illness that she's gone through. And a friend of hers took her to a store, was going to buy her a designer dress, and she said, no, no one can pay that much money for a dress. It's just not right. And that's her.
Yeah. She lives in reality.
At home in Moscow, the 2002 world champ looking for another gold. Last year, at one point, the doctors told her to take a year off. Many thought she wouldn't skate again. Here she is.
This is a wonderful free skate. And the story is a fortune teller. Her costume kind of relates the story. Audience is already behind her. Jump of hers, this triple loop with that difficult entrance.
Spinning faster, going to the inside edge, making it more difficult throughout this spin.
Here's the fortune teller dealing out the cards.
And also the rest period here, too. Remember, you talked about the fatigue factor, the stamina.
And you have to pace a program so that you can get the second wind. Choreograph it so that there is a break, so you can catch your breath. I think they know the rules very well and have calculated this program very nicely. the flowing edge out.
A Moscow night to remember. Give her the gold and the comeback story of the year.
That was wonderful to see. I mean, this is why we come to these championships, is to see moments like this. And we get to have front row seats. This is a wonderful moment to see.
Gold medal prize money here, $45,000. Kidney transplant here, $50,000. Took a large step.
Where so many skaters have backed off from the Grand Prix this season, Irina Slutskaya never did that. She went for it full force, the way she did with that triple Lutz, triple loop at the beginning of the program, with authority and conviction. That is what has made this lady so successful, following through on the triple. 3 combinations right there. Very solid for Slutskaya. Backward edge takeoff for the triple loop, double loop, solid all the way.
Can't believe it. Sasha Cohen backstage with John Nix. No matter what happens here, and you got to believe that Slutskaya is going to get the gold. Sasha Cohen can walk away knowing that she didn't throw it away this time. Yes, a couple of mistakes, but not like in the past.
Technical score, please.
Zhanna Gromova, her first and only coach since the age of 6.
Well, she's pretty proud of herself, and this is what this crowd came to see, and she delivered.
She can't stop laughing and crying at the same time. 222.71. It's official now. Irina Slutskaya, the gold medalist. We were here for Cup of Russia a year ago. She was in the hospital, could barely talk to us on the phone. We were sending flowers. People were hoping that she would one day live a normal life. A world champion again.
She has a great attitude toward our sport and to life.
And to do it in your hometown.
Yes, you know, it's interesting. She said she didn't even want to talk about the World Championship. She was so nervous at the Europeans when I spoke with her. But now, once again, a world champ. Wow.
So we check the final standings here in Moscow, and Arina Slutskaya wins for the second time. She won in 2002. Now she wins again. Sasha Cohen, the silver medal for the second straight year, and Karolina Kostner, the bronze medal, the first medal for her, first for Italy in women's figure skating since '78. And Kwon off the podium for the first time since '95. As you look at Shizuka Arakawa finishing 9th. She's the reigning world champ. And Jenny Kirk finishes 17th.
Here's a look at our Smart One Smart Move replay. Arina Slutskaya with a huge combination. Triple Salchow, keeping the timing for the double loop. Followed up with the double toe loop, helping her win her second world championship.
Great start to the program. Let's check in with Christine Brennan once again.
Arina Slutskaya, my goodness, what a performance. Did you ever imagine that after being in the hospital and being out of skating that you would have something like this happen to you?
I always trying to believe in this, you know. That was really hard hard emotion, you know. And I'm so happy I did it, and I did really, really well.
Could you describe the ending? I've never seen you look like that, the emotion of the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to describe because, you know, it was really hard. I was so nervous before, and all day I have my tears in my eyes, you know. I'm started almost crying, but, you know, I finished my skate and my tears just go out. And that was really hard, believe me. Hometown and pressure of the crowd, and, you know, when you understand you can win, it's harder like twice.
Have you had a chance to talk to your mother?
Yeah, I called her, and I'm like, Mom, I win. She's like, because before I called her, and I said, don't watch on TV. She's like, okay, I put for record, you know, I will go to my neighbor. I'm like, okay. And I call her, and she's like, okay, now I will see what you did. I'm like, okay, have fun.
I think she will like it, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Irina, congratulations. What an amazing performance in your home country. World champion Irina Slutskaya. Terry?
There's not an insincere bone in Arina Slutskaya's body. Michelle Kwon, though, major disappointment, missing the podium by less than 0.4 of a point, and she's with Christine right now.
Michelle, in 1995, you were fourth. Now, 10 years later, you're fourth again. You were a little kid then. There was a lot of anticipation. What's the feeling now?
A lot of disappointment, but it's a new game now. I've got to look at the new system, analyze, start doing my math, and evaluate. And I have a lot of people to talk to about creating a new program, new spins, new jumps, new transitions. So it's a new ball game. So I think I just have to take advantage of my experience in the last 10 years and go from there.
You've said, of course, about the Olympics that you'll wait and see. What's the next step? When will you start making that decision?
Well, I just kind of have to take in this experience in Moscow and the new system and my performance here, and I guess just take one thing at a time and know what it takes for next year.
Do you think you can win in this new system?
I think I can.
That's the Michelle Kwon we've known for many years. Terry?
Well, the end of an era or the beginning of a very different era at least. When we come back for the third time, they'll play the Russian national anthem for the gold medalist. A moment and a scene that even Arina Slutskaya, deep in her heart, must have doubted she would ever see again. on the podium here on a day and a night that belonged to Arena Luzhniki and the fans of Moscow. Competition complete, but we're not. We're back with you tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 Eastern to recap these World Championships. Then at 5:30 Eastern, the skaters take the ice one last time for a special exhibition performance. Until then, for Peggy Fleming, Peter Carruthers, Susie Wynn, Christine Brennan, I'm Terry Gannon. Sports Center comes up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. See you tomorrow from Moscow, everybody. So long, everybody, after a memorable week here in Moscow.